Yeah. I know you fucking.
Sorry.
Oh my god, did she show her vagina in this?
What? I turned the camera on one time.
Like,
what up,
gangsters?
It's your girl.
It's your girl. Start off. Since you know what I'm about to say every time.
Instead of the door.
Off of this beat.
Kimmy, I'm in this bitch.
It's Kelly Kimmy in this beat. You already know. And you know, today it's more like a motivational type of podcast. And we're just here to give you some advice. Maybe we can help you on some things. Because, you know, I noticed that everybody's mental is everybody's drained. Very drained and in their head as of right now. And I see everybody's like worrying about their future and how they're going to get past whatever they're going through right now. And just things like that. So, you know, this podcast today is just to help you with that.
Yes, very much motivational, very much mental health talk.
Yeah.
And how we do it. Different situations. So, I'm just going to jump right into this. What is your favorite method to do for your shadow work? Go ahead, Kimmy.
No, go ahead.
Me?
Mm-hmm.
First of all, with my shadow work, I realized that
That it has to be done?
yes, like, I don't know, like, okay, so I realized that when I want to like get through with like where it stems from, I have to finish it that day, because if I don't, then it feels like I'm opening a door without closing it back.
Wait, just before we jump into it, clarify shadow work.
Oh.
Yes.
For those who don't know.
I'm sorry, I apologize. It's you have a shadow self, and then you have three. You have ego, shadow, higher, and like, isn't it just like present, physical? Something like that. But the shadow work is working on the traumas, on the pain, on the triggers, on all the dark shadow behaviors and feelings that you have that are restricting you from getting to that higher self. So,
yeah, it's just to help you grow. You gotta do it.
There's no way
you just gotta do it.
There isn't, unless you want to be
stuck in the same place.
Yeah,
doing the same things, and that.
You just want to feel this on your chest.
And this on your shoulders.
Every 5 seconds, literally, every
Like,
5 seconds.
You gotta work past it. You gotta sit with it.
Bye. So yeah, with me doing my shadow work, I always dismiss it.
Unless you're being honest.
I am being honest, yes. And I've noticed when I did try, I have to finish whatever. Now, I'm not saying you're gonna like change overnight, but if I have a specific issue that I want to get through, I have to like work on it that day and that time. Because if I don't, I get frustrated very fast. So I just throw the book and I.
So why do you get frustrated?
Because I don't want to deal with it.
So why do you not want to deal with it?
Why? I don't know.
Those are the type of questions you gotta ask when you're doing your shadow work. You just have to dig deeper, because everything is a why. Everything is a why.
Everything.
It's like, why?
Yeah, that's just me. But I was talking
That's
to...
just me.
It's
No,
not
no,
giving rushing yourself.
What
I'm
are you
tripping.
talking about? What are you talking about? Why the fuck are you reading me?
It's because this is, you know what I mean? It's a feeling motivation. You got this. Like, you know what I mean?
I just feel like when I do my shadow work, it's like, because my mind is going like this, I'll never know where to start. But even when I do start, it's like, why the fuck am I doing this? Like, I feel
Because. But that question, because. It's just, that's the only answer for that one that you really need. Because if you, oh my God. Why do you think every 5 seconds you're remembering things that you blocked out?
That'll happen, y'all. Like, you'll literally remember stuff that you never even have any recollection of. Like, you're gonna be like, oh snap. Maybe that did happen. Maybe that was traumatizing. Maybe I am hurt over that. Just maybe. Just Kimmy.
As much as I like to journal, I use journaling for my manifestations and my goals, but I use literal words for my shadow work. So I have to be isolated I have to, whether it's in my car, in a random parking lot. Yes, I do that a lot. In my room, just whatever, I say my things out loud. Like, I say my topics out loud, especially if I'm feeling a certain feeling at that time. Okay, why are you feeling like this? Okay, why do you react to something like this? Why are your feelings like this? What causes you to react something like this way? So, I think it really, really helps me to say it out loud. Because if I write, my brain goes way faster than my hand. Way faster.
But that's why I journal, because it slows it down for me.
I'm glad that works.
Yeah, that works.
Cause man, my hand be cramping up because I'm trying to catch up.
It literally, I have to force myself to be like, okay, one thing at a time.
Yeah.
Question: when you say it out loud, do you ever catch yourself like invalidating your own feelings?
Yes. Yes.
Just a couple of things I would,
No, yeah, because I literally feel like I have two parts of myself. I have the sad, traumatized part, and then the wise, old man part. Like, it's that's how I feel about it. But it helps. It really does help, because once I process it, I mean, it might still affect me later, but it affects me less later. Yeah.
Now or never. Shit.
No, serious.
y'all ate.
Ma'am.
There's a couple of things that I like to do. I use my words a lot more in like breathing techniques that help release trauma and like yoga and stretches, because it releases. You have a lot of trauma built up in your hips, so it's like shaking your dancing. You know what I mean? Stuff like that relieves that trauma, which is also shadow work, because you're also connecting with your ancestors. You know what I mean? In a way. How I first started, and what I still do sometimes, is like look at old childhood photos of me.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Like, I literally look at it and be
throw
like,
yourself in there.
You gotta.
You gotta.
You know what I mean? Like, I just look at my old self. I'm like, yo. And you just talk to her. That's it. You just talk to her. Because at the end of the day, they're still inside you. Your childhood self, your teenage self. All that stuff is in you. But it's just like, do you know how to cater to it? Do you know how to make them happy without making your whole life kind of built around that trauma? It's kind of like, don't let the past make you into who you are today. Because I know sometimes people's trauma never made them stronger. It made them weaker. And for me, it made me both. Because I'm very sensitive. Like, I'm very sensitive.
Absolutely.
Like, I am very sensitive, but I'm not. You know what I mean? So it's just like, throw yourself in there. Well, only if you can. Because it's been a while. I've been doing this for a while. So it's just like, for baby steps, it's like journaling, but sometimes journaling isn't enough. So talking out loud, but sometimes talking out loud isn't enough. Because, I don't know, I'm used to talking to myself out loud, but then people really just start staring at you like, So, just have headphones in and, talk to yourself, whatever. Or, music, walking. I go outside a lot. Like, a lot. Just stay in nature, under the sun, in the grass.
I feel
under a tree. I don't know, it's more like for me, it's like a feeling. And then it's like, those are when my memories, suppressed memories start coming up. And then that's when I start writing down. Then it's just like, okay, when, where, what, how, and why. And then sometimes you may never find the answer, but you'll find the answer for yourself.
That one pisses me off.
Sometimes,
makes me mad.
You know what I mean? Like, this might just go deeper into the podcast, but this is like, your traumas, sometimes they just will not ever live up to it. So don't always look for that apology. Don't always look for them to know what they did and feel bad for what they did.
That's exactly what I was saying yesterday.
And that goes into shadow work. So then you have to know with self. You gotta be secure enough in self. You know what I mean? Like, I hope I'm making sense to y'all. Because if you know me, I suck with words. But I know what I'm saying. She knows what I'm saying. Yeah. I hope you know what I'm saying. Because it's just like, you know what I mean?
That's how I was just saying this to Tim yesterday. He was just basically saying, like why do you feel like you can't go to, like, certain people with your emotions? Like, he said exactly what you said. With, like, if you feel like they're going to throw it, what's it called?
Throw it at you.
Yeah, throw it at you, then obviously they're the wrong person. It's like, well, I don't feel like dealing with that. I don't feel like dealing with that. I feel like when it comes to shadow work, I'm still working on it, but I'm better at, like, distracting my head instead of dealing with it. So it's like I go to flying
Where's
point
that
park.
Instagram post?
I'm able to calm myself with like with the singing bowl, all the like everything that I was feeling, like it vibrates outside of my body. And then when I go to water, like my mind is clear because I'm actually like within like nature and stuff like that. Like I'm able to calm my head, but then I know as soon as I'm back into like if I go home or something like that, I know I'm gonna feel that again, like whatever I was feeling before.
So that's what the shadow work is for.
Literally, distraction. It said something. Distraction isn't something.
Distraction is temporary.
Distraction is key.
No,
it's temporary because once you're really alone and sit with yourself.
Y'all heard that trauma response.
Trauma.
Me being in the sun. Oh my god! Anybody that knows me, this calls me a sunflower. Because I literally sit in the sun. That is the only time that's the only way I figured out how to calm my brain. Because my brain is very loud. A lot going on in there. So I guess that would be my distraction in a way. You could say.
The sun, mine is water.
Yeah. But, it's I can't be there all day, unfortunately. I mean, even being in the moonlight.
That's why I start journaling. Because when it's a full moon, it's like reflective journaling. That's what I do.
Oh, okay.
So, when I was journaling every day, like cut down like later on because I found other ways to cope. But to make sure the days I journal for sure is when it's a full moon. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I feel most sane outside. Like literally, I'll just be outside.
No, she grounds herself a lot.
I'll just be outside like.
She'll be the first to advocate. So hug a tree.
Yeah.
It just feels so nice. Mm-hmm. Like, I mean, that's what I used to do when I was younger. So, like,
that was not allowed to do that.
No, like that's because I was kicked out a lot. So,
oh right.
But no, that's just like a safe space. That's why I got them tatted on me because like that's literally where I would go to. And I just realized, I don't know, actually. Maybe I shouldn't even say it. They telling me not to say it. Never mind. But, moving on to the next question I have. How do you guys view failure?
I'm not going first.
I don't think you should go first. I think you should go last. I don't think about failure almost at all.
Do you guys see it as a good or bad thing?
Bad.
Rejection is protection. So.
But I said failure, not rejection.
Okay, but wouldn't that technically be a rejection from?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Equal.
Yeah, kind of. But failure.
Equal to.
When you fail at something. I don't know. I mean, I just have the mindset to just keep going.
Oh my
Statistics.
That's good. You gotta have a drive.
You gotta keep
going, guys, because no matter what, failure is inevitable. You're bound to fail.
Absolutely.
But what are you gonna do after failure? Are you gonna just give up? I mean, hey, you could. I vouch for giving up. If you can't do it, you can't do it. You know what I mean? I'm not about to be somebody's parent and say you shouldn't give up because sometimes it's okay. So it's like
for you.
It's just not for you. You tried it and that was enough. You know what I mean? But it's really so how you deal with it, because a lot of people deal with rejection and failure not well. They don't tend to take it well, but it's because of the upbringing, because of how, the older generation puts all the pressure on the younger generation. Just even in school, like, that's like the main cause for mental illness and destruction, because like progress reports. Okay, why are we going home? Oh my God. Why are we going home with progress reports? Okay, they don't need to see that I got this right now, because you don't know what. I mean, okay, I get a D, but rest A's, I could literally get my beat.
Oh yeah, I got one C in middle
mean?
school. I got one C in middle school. I went home with tears in my eyes.
Like, come on, it produces trauma. Like, bro, that's a whole nother thing, mind you. We just jumped in on whatever. But I don't really see. I see failure as a good thing, because it's room to grow. It's room to really sit with yourself, see what you can do. It's shadow work. It forces you to do shadow work even more. What are you talking about? You know what I mean? Because like, if you have the mindset of, if I fail, then I can never do this, you're most likely going to be very
susceptible to failure.
and susceptible to failure. Like, you're most likely to fail more with that fear of failing. You know what I mean?
Because it is inherently a form of manifestation at that point, especially when if you think it all the time, you're actually wiring your brain to do so.
But I know sometimes, y'all, because this is for me when I was young. After I said like something good, like say I was gonna go get ice cream, I'm like, oh, I get some ice cream today. It's gonna be a good day. It turns bad. So when I realized if I reverse it and say it's gonna be a bad day, I'm not getting ice cream. It used to be a good day. Yourself. Yeah, it tricks myself. And
you know, that's why I don't plan my day.
Y'all don't expect that.
No, that's just sick.
No, I don't plan my day, especially if something.
That's so unorganized.
The day brings what the day.
I don't plan my day.
No, that's so disorganized.
Look
because that's what you forget about people like me.
Anyway, I literally the way I operate is, oh, let's go do this, or oh, let me just do this. If I have, okay, yes, there might be things I have to get done, so then I'll plan to do them after my shift at work, because I gotta turn in my homework because I'm in school right now. That, yes, obvious. Me on a weekend, chilling, no. We're gonna do something regardless. I always drive my car, so I always end up somewhere. So I don't have to plan what I'm gonna do that day. If I have to get something done, then yeah, we'll go get it done. But then we'll also throw this in here because I wanted to do it.
See, the thing about planning your entire day is that it's on a schedule and it's not really
flexible.
Yeah, like, and then it just makes you. Then that fear of failure just grows. Like if you have your day planned, because what if somebody cancels plans? Then your whole day is ruined.
Literally.
And then what? You're gonna, like, I don't get it. Like I personally, just because I wasn't wired that way and I had different experiences, but it's not also a bad thing. But it's also something that should be worked on because you can't expect the unexpected. You don't know what's going to happen in 2 days from now. We don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. We don't even know what's going to happen tonight. Yeah. We don't know what's going to happen when I leave here. Like,
so
it's just like,
maybe I've had enough things happen that are unexpected for me to operate like that because
what the fuck is the saying? Oh my God. Live in the moment. Something like that. Sit in your presence. Like, enjoy
just be
the unexpected. Like, I don't have plans too much from her. Just like you said, like, if I'm, you know me, I'm already a homebody, so it's like, I'm probably not gonna make one of them. I like to do things alone. I like going to the movies alone. I like eating out alone. I like shopping alone. I just find it enjoyable. This stuff I did in middle school alone. Like, this stuff I just like to do. And it's fun to do it with other people as well. I think it's just all about balance.
It definitely
You gotta find balance between everything. I'm not gonna lie, I kind of forgot what everybody was talking about.
Speaking about doing things alone. Yeah, I forget the topic. It's okay, I remember this again.
Desiree.
Failure.
So you associate me with failure?
No.
Like, oh, bitch.
Do you want me to read you right now?
Right? Not gonna lie. Do you want
me to read her right now?
I know.
Because I feel like that fear is stopping you from a lot of stuff.
You want to talk about day getting ruined?
I said that fear is, I feel like it's stopping you from a lot of stuff and opportunities and things. You just need to.
She said to me herself she doesn't take risks. I'm all about risks. That's my whole entire life.
If it does not logically make sense, I'm not taking that risk. It does.
So what about the what ifs and then the opportunities?
What about them?
What about the missed opportunities after? What if
nothing?
What if in the future your kid's like, Mama, did you ever do this? And then you'd be like, you know what? There was a time I had the choice, but I said that was dumb, so I'm not doing it. So no, baby, I ain't doing it. I had the chance though, but I just didn't. Take risks.
Why would I do that?
Because then you're actually, that's a read. I can't. It's gonna be reading. I can't.
No, please. Because I know where you're going at.
Literally. Because then it's just like, I'm just gonna say this. For a lot of us, I'm including myself. As much as we don't want to be compared or have any type of characteristics of our parentals, well, a lot of us have a lot of traits of our parentals.
That's my next
that
shadow
I'm
work
viewing.
problem. That's my next shadow work problem. I think that's funny.
And that one right there is giving
The way you were raised. Cut and dry. Black and white.
But it's giving both of them like it's. As much as we don't want to be like our parents, we sadly have a lot of their characteristics, but we're still growing as young adults. And we can now do our shadow work and look into those characteristics. And you know what? Change the things that we don't like. But it's just like, bruh, as much as we don't like to see it, it'll show up. And when it shows up, don't freak out. Just don't freak out. Just really sit with it, understand, and reflect. Because then, again, like we talked about on our other podcasts, like, our parents had traumas that they probably didn't share, still haven't shared, or have shared. And there's reasons why they do act the way they do, and think the way that they think, and feel the way that they feel, which are valid. It's up to us, you know, if generational curse breakers and stuff like that, to sadly be the bigger man. And you know what? If you want to go no contact, that's fine. If you want to learn and work through it, that's fine. Whatever you choose to do is fine. It's just that you gotta break that cycle within yourself. Mm-hmm. And then the ones with the, you know, people you create around you. I really hope I'm making sense to you.
No, you make
Why are you doubting yourself?
Yeah, because I really used to be talking like this to regular people at school, and they'd be like, "What the fuck are you talking about?" I'm like, "Yo, do y'all not know what's going on?"
There's people. No, that's the I don't want to hear what you're saying because it applies to me. That's what that is.
And especially if you were young talking like this, nobody was like, you're wise. Yeah,
nobody was thinking, let me fix my trauma.
No one's thinking you're fucking like 12. Like, it's like the fact that you had it started when you was young is good. Like I said, that's why you came so far. You're in with nature, you're in with yourself. Like, not a lot of people are getting with that.
I always felt top dog in a way in my head. Like, even with all that stuff, it's like I still know I'm better than all y'all. I'm gonna be good. I'm gonna be successful. I'm gonna help others, and then people just gravitate towards me. But
yeah.
Basically, the sum up of that was
she didn't answer. Nah, she didn't answer. Good try though.
Anyways, I know my job here is to give
How do you see failure?
Huh?
How do you see failure?
This is a podcast for our freaking gangsta fans.
She thought that was gonna get her out of it. It's funny.
How do you relate to?
Yeah, does it?
Come on, because you know people out there might feel the same way you feel.
Also true. Yeah, they definitely do.
You know, I've heard that life is not a spectating sport. I definitely look at it that way.
I definitely know which parent that one came from.
Oh, parent, you tell me.
I definitely know that sounds.
Yeah.
I would definitely see my whole view on failure diminish right in front of my eyes after hearing that. I cannot fail.
Yeah, life is not a spectating sport, and that in order for you to live in the moment, you have to take risks. And this is what Timberland was telling me yesterday, but I was just looking at him like,
because it's true. Maybe it's because my parents went, try all these things. And so I tried all the things.
No. Like, I tried things. No. Well, the thing is, like
no, you tried things.
I tried things, but it wasn't. It didn't reach your expectation. So that's why I look at. But I feel like it's more that I just didn't work on with myself to why I look at failure the way. Well, actually, no.
It originated from
my upbringings, and because I just feel like I wouldn't live up. Like I don't know. If I had a goal in life, I want to do that like 100%.
So,
but I feel like I don't know.
Living up to your expectations now.
No.
Like, did you think that you were going to be further, or
yes?
Because I know in our generation, there's such a rush.
Yeah.
On a lot of things, we are rushing.
It's because of the generation before.
Yeah.
Because they definitely did everything quick as hell.
Mm-hmm. Started with them babies.
They beat them kids into working for the system.
Literally.
Just
literally.
You have to get a job and make your money, and I'm like.
But what are your expectations now as a 20-year-old?
Ooh.
Well, car. Soon I would like to get. Oh, I would like to get the place with Kimberly. I don't know. I feel like money wise, I'm not there either. It's just.
So what about?
Which is why I'm a workaholic. That's why I'm a workaholic too. I feel like I'm never making enough.
So what about all the non-materialistic things like with self?
Yeah, I invalidate my feelings, but I also think it's some of the things I think of. I think like I don't need to work on, or it's like I don't like repeating my story.
You
to
know
myself.
the ones that you don't think you need to work on are the ones you need to work on the most.
But I just feel like it's just going in a circle.
It's going in a circle because you're not working on it.
But
it's gonna be a continuous loop until you work on it.
And you also have a tendency to have a feeling based off of the outside, not necessarily the inside, if that makes sense. So you think that if you have all of these things, then you're going to end up happy. But is that true?
Yes.
But what if you're not happy?
What
and
if
you
you're
have
not
all those
happy?
things? What about that
What if
possibility?
you get there and you go, damn? What are you gonna do?
But I didn't get there.
But wait.
That is not the point.
But it's inevitable that you're gonna get to that point if you don't try to care about your feelings. Because your feelings are valid. Everything you feel is valid.
Every podcast.
And right, 5 clips of me validating your feelings. But I say this all the time,
Nobody,
y'all.
Cameron.
I literally say this all the time, y'all. Y'all feelings are valid no matter how small they are. You can literally, you can literally break a pencil and cry over it. That's valid. That is valid. If you're sad over a pencil breaking, then you're sad over a pencil breaking.
You
It's
just
valid.
gotta logic it out later.
You just gotta, Oh, going back to shadow work. I like to cry.
Oh my.
I needed that the other day. I did it, yeah.
I literally like to cry, but it's like I dissociate and then I'm able to cry. Because if I'm not dissociated, I'm not gonna be able to cry. Or no, if I talk about my feelings, I'll be able to cry. Yeah, just somebody
You
else.
see how none of us do that?
And no, because y'all gonna laugh in my face and call me ugly.
Huh?
It's because
How did I get?
No, I
you
did.
see? What is one consistent phrase that you tell yourself to keep yourself going every day?
Me going back, will I benefit from that? I think about that all the time. All the time.
Can we get the topic? I'm sorry.
Bye. Bye. Bad joke. I think about everything.
Okay.
Like even the other day, like you asked earlier, like, do you think about like as a 20-year-old where I'm supposed to be at? It was like if I went to my own place, it's like if I was to stay in my own house longer, save my money, would I benefit from that? But no, I just feel like I'll be more trying.
Yeah.
That's exactly what would
That's
happen.
exactly what
I
happened.
don't think you would have
Okay. Valid.
She's like, yeah.
Valid.
That's like literally.
I feel, and I really think like the butterfly effect would really play its role in that.
I feel that you know that euphoric feeling that you feel when you're just not there.
Yes, euphoric.
Ooh. Yes, I know what you're talking
Yeah,
about. don't know
I
if
feel
she
like
knows
that's
what you're
literally
talking
how
about.
you would be. Like I feel like you
I'm out here feeling like rude.
It's like it's
yo,
dissociating.
That's what. Okay.
but it feels like I don't know.
It's like,
like a
I
body
feel like
feeling.
you ever
instead of a
felt
head
like a
feeling?
God complex and dissociated
Maybe
at
it's
the
just
same
a
time?
mood disorder thing. Cause bro,
Oh yeah, that's y'all. That's not me.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
All right, is it like a body feeling instead of a head? When I
No, it's very
just
here.
Strictly,
Yeah.
Oh, it's strictly okay. Then maybe it's strictly
like
my.
a- it's
I was just telling you, I really.
I think you felt. I know you felt
because
it before.
like
I know.
like
you
when I've been
felt it.
dissociating, like I had literally have to shake myself to get out of it. Like late, I don't. I just go like.
It's like a hallucination.
But no, I literally have to.
Yeah.
I literally have to shake myself to get out of that state, and I just put everything down. I just like, yo, what the f is happening? Like, I don't know why.
It's like a hallucination. That's the best way I can describe it.
Okay. That feeling that
You know that TikTok, that little glitch TikTok?
No. Yeah.
It's like that. That's how it feels.
But when I was in high school, like, for me to keep pushing was I used all the negative stuff and used it as fuel. But I don't know how I did that before. I'm trying to get back there.
It be like that, but
That's exactly
sometimes
what I did.
that old self is dying. You gotta do the stuff that works for the new self. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? Because I I really tried to do the stuff that I used to do that would help me like back then, but it does not help now. It's like, bro,
You did say that before.
It's like
even with crystals.
it's like, yo,
You said if you lost a crystal, like maybe it's like it's done. Like
That's the purpose of those, though.
yeah.
it's just, I don't say this often, but I know I tell a couple people this. You're gonna have to relearn yourself a lot. It's a new version of you every time. You're never gonna say the same. You're gonna change over time, and the people around you are gonna have to relearn you. You're gonna have to relearn yourself, and boom, y'all set.
I
We're not talking about no boundaries, y'all. You need to set some healthy boundaries, y'all. Boundaries can go a long way, even though it's hard to set them and it's uncomfortable to set them. But for the ones who aren't respecting your boundary are clearly the ones that were benefiting from you not having any. So drop them, drop them, or
Drop
just like, you know how when it comes to family and stuff, sometimes you really just can't drop them. You can, distance yourself. Yeah, literally. But you can distance yourself if you want to put it in more of a way that, a lot of people don't see it the way I see it. You know what I mean? How we see it. Dip on her. But,
bye. And if people
you distance yourself. Yeah. Mutual respect. You go ahead.
So if people disrespect your boundaries and it comes to the time to where, like, I guess apologizing, if you have to ask for that apology, don't talk to them again. That's not genuine. It's not nothing, because they should have known that they fucked up from the communication at least.
Yeah, I was very big on you should know. Sometimes you don't.
Sometimes
you
do.
But but if you get there and they don't, and you explain it, then.
Yeah, because over time, as you get older, you learn a lot of the things that you did in middle school and high school were childish. Like, say you're texting somebody new and they text back in 5 hours. Why are you going to wait 6 hours?
What you mean?
To text them back.
What you mean?
Like, things like that are childish. Or, I know I swear by this. I still swear by this. This is something I gotta unlearn. But like, bro, if we've been together for a minute, you should be able to read my mind at this point. Like, I should be able to think about something, and you literally should be able to just read my mind and go do it.
Yeah.
Like, not even like on no crazy stuff. Like, obviously, if you've been hinting at her or things like that, but that's childish. You gotta, hey, if you could do it. But that just goes into deep in me, just not like, I don't like asking people for anything. That is so nasty to me.
I felt
even
that.
when I text Kimmy, if she could, it's so awkward for me, bro. I'll be like, hey, hope you're doing what? Like, how do you even start? Like, it's so
That's
weird.
Exactly how it starts.
Literally, it's so weird for me. Like, bro, it's nasty. It literally makes me want to throw up in a trash can.
Yeah, I'm starting to, I was never big on that.
Like,
But I'm starting to learn.
Yeah.
And I'm starting to see from a lot of other situations, especially at my job. The 2 times I asked for help, I didn't receive it. So
That's exactly why
I don't.
Yeah, literally, that's why I'm just silent.
That's why I say you're supposed to. Because at this point, when I do ask and you just ignore it, then that's all
I'm saying I understand. But
it's
I'm not going to continue to think that way.
Literally,
I'm just going to not help your ass if you need mine. It depends on the situation. It really does depend on the situation. But I was dead sick. And nobody decided that they could do me a favor and come in and relieve me for 3 hours.
That's so, like,
I was also there by myself with somebody who couldn't do their job. And not even the lead tech wanted to text me back, but texted everybody else to fuck back.
See, that's so disrespectful.
That's giving me very much racially
That's
motivated.
another, You said what?
Ooh.
You said what?
Hey.
It's gonna be racially motivated.
I mean, she does work with them.
Hey, I'm one of 2.
Yeah, it's definitely.
How long did it take for it to become 2?
Oh. No, because it started off.
Because when they see a hard-working black woman,
There were 5. Now there's 2.
on top of her game, they're most likely to.
They're taking advantage of it. Yeah.
They really are. If I
She
leave,
carried them on her back. I swear to God.
God, the only reason I haven't left is because I need a higher paying job. I will go find an independent pharmacy, and as soon as they say 17 an hour, I'm gone. I'll find vision and dental insurance somewhere else.
Definitely felt. So I'm silent. You do my job.
No, I'm just acting accordingly. I'm not even gonna be silent. I'm gonna say, actually, I'll be petty with it. Because if I ask for help again and I don't get it again, smart remarks are gonna start being made.
As it should.
Period. Y'all,
Right
we got so much stuff just in
Just
store.
wait. Just wait.
And
We just
thank
gotta
you to the people that are helping.
Oh my
this.
God.
Shout out to Walter.
Shout out to Walter. Thank you.
Follow him
on the gram.
because honestly,
He's
I
a real
really
supporter.
just love the support and I appreciate
And
it.
shout out to Michael for the opportunity. What's
Who?
his name? His name's not Michael.
Oh, Rodriguez!
Yeah.
I thought you were talking about.
I know. Chill.
So yes, thank you to Walter. Thank you to Michael. You know, we're gonna eat the girls up.
Any advice?
If you're thinking about how great, I know it's gonna be a read on me. Calm down.
What? You didn't even finish the
No, I'm
sentence.
if you're only thinking about how great your life will be while being disappointed with your current life, then they'll keep manifesting a life where you'll be unhappy in the present moment.
Yeah, it'll continue to be a dream, and not a reality.
That's why it's like a lot of older people be like, when I was back in my days, I wish I did this, that, and the third, but I was working.
Mm-hmm.
I was thinking too hard about my future. I missed out on the opportunities to actually have fun and do what I wanted to do. Now look at me. Old and
That's
sad.
really all the people at work right now. Like I told you, when I went to work,
Oh my God.
I went to work yesterday. It was two different people. The one dude was telling me about how he grew up in violence and stuff like that, and he took that path instead. But it wasn't until his homeboy got locked up where he was like, "Yo, I can't do this." And then the other one, he was in the Navy, and he just threw everything away
Wow.
for alcoholism and all that
That's
stuff. And it's
that's
so
product
crazy.
of the Navy
Yeah.
though. Like that, that's causation.
It's crazy. You can meet new people every day.
But it's like, even with that, you see how the lack of outlets, and they probably felt like they had no support during all that. You know what I mean?
It sounded like that. Especially with the one I was in violence. Yeah, especially with him.
Like, a lot of people, again, domestic violence, they will be like, oh, why she stayed on so long? Or this, that, and the third. I think people actually fail to realize how deep it actually is.
I will always say
the emotional, the physical, the mentals, even with gang violence and stuff like that. This runs so much deeper, y'all. Even with what Walter was talking about yesterday, nobody want to support nobody because nobody want to see anybody.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So it's just like, bro.
And you're not gonna know.
It's just like
that. You're not gonna know until you're in the situation. I will always say that.
And everything's always easier said than done.
Always. And even with that, y'all, watch who you hang around. Trust your gut and really look at the people you're hanging around. Really look at your circle. You gotta look at the details, y'all. And maybe it's just how my brain is wired, because I really like details. I really get into details. Facial, body language, all that type of stuff. That's just how my brain is always wired.
Mine is more wired on the comment.
Like
the comments on the end. Because
also
specifically.
You will catch that. You will literally catch that slick shit.
Specifically.
You will catch it.
It's the hypocritical behavior for me. Yeah. Like, it's so... and boys are worse with that. Like, because they don't even pay no damn attention.
It's just
but if you see... We could read...
If you have a feeling in your gut that something's wrong with that person, there's most likely something going on with that one person. If you're just thinking, oh, I can't... There's something off about Des, then there's gonna be something off about Des. Your gut is telling you so. You guys need to listen to your gut. Don't go off emotion. Listen to your gut. You got to be able to distinguish between the two. You got to be able to distinguish between your own personal feelings and your intuition, because it's two different feelings. You just need to be able to distinguish those feelings. Then you know what? Maybe not everything will be a surprise, but a lot of things will be a surprise.
The conscious and subconscious is serious. And also carry an evil eye everywhere.
Wrap your head if you don't want to be around certain energies. Yo, there are just so many things that I could just give tips.
Girl, I've been incensing my braids every time I come home.
As you should. There's just so much stuff that hold a lot of energy. But y'all, we not even ready to get on the spiritual tip because that'll be a whole different segment.
Whole different thing.
Especially on our whole other. Oh yeah, I'm pretty sure. Actually, no, we're gonna keep that under the cover until we But you know, on the other one that'll be listed right here, because it's a page already. Follow us at Undercover KDK. There will be segments on that one, like tarot, crystals, etc. There will be segments on that.
Oh yes.
So I'm not even ready to get into that.
Somebody once told me that I was the most emotionally intelligent person that they knew, and I don't know how.
That's what I think too.
I don't know how. Couldn't tell you.
Girl,
I'm trying to think. Like,
you're really big
do I
on
pray?
You're really big on like acknowledging what you're feeling and what you went through and putting it into words. I don't think you realize that's very uncommon to like be able to articulate that to other people. In depth too. I cannot do that. When I tell you, well, you already know I block things out. I block
So do
things
I
out.
though, but like,
No, but I can't. No, I don't know.
I don't know, feelings wise, I block it out.
Yeah, I noticed that when, like, what Desiree said is true, but it's like you say it,
and I
and
don't.
then because it's same. It's literally the same. It's like, I can say everything. I can literally talk about my traumas and sit here like this.
No, that's what I'm saying. That's literally what I'm saying. It's like,
so it's not dealing with it, it's just dissociating.
So that's how I don't know. But I'm trying to remember. No, because I remember one specific time in my life I wanted to.
I remember you told me that.
Yes. I don't know how the I got out of that. I really think I just had to actually go through the emotions with that. Like, go through it. No, I went outside. I removed myself. I cussed the people out and I left.
No, it's good to cuss some people out.
Oh
Sometimes
my God.
you gotta cuss them out.
I throw myself in the word.
Sometimes when you to being a bigger person, sometimes y'all, if they really crossing you and they cross you too many times and you really let it go dumb.
No, that's why I said it's
Go dumb.
It's not,
Like,
I don't believe
just go
in
dumb.
it. No,
like,
I
don't even care at that point because it's valid.
Yeah.
They seen it coming. They knew it was coming. It was bound to happen.
Be so shocked. Be so shocked. What did you say? Well, you don't believe in what?
No, well, like sometimes, well, most of the time, I don't believe in being a bigger person. I just feel like you're around small people.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Like,
Ooh.
No, that's literally
if you have to do that 24/7, you're around the wrong people.
Okay. Good point.
There is a such thing as like there's a time and place for things, but it's like the people though.
There's also low people. Not slow.
Yeah.
Low vibrations and entities.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all, that's
on you.
Yes, that's literally that goes into the
Spiritual.
No,
Yeah.
the whole looking out for the people around you, listening to your intuition and gut.
Mm-hmm.
That goes into that because it's like, bro, people really shiesty out here, y'all.
Oh my God. It's like, you can't make people do right by you, but you can decide how often you let them do wrong by you.
And you do that by creating healthy boundaries, y'all.
Per.
And it's gonna be hard, and it's gonna be nasty, and it's gonna feel so weird and cringy, and you're gonna want to break off your pinky finger, but
Ew.
you'll end up being okay, and you'll feel better because it's like, it's valid. If you don't want somebody talking to you in a way, that's valid. If you don't want them touching you, that's valid. If you don't want them messing with your jewelry, that's valid. If you don't want them eating your food, that's valid. Like, let's set healthy boundaries. But you gotta learn yourself in order to find what boundaries work for you.
And don't compromise your values.
And your boundaries around
Yeah.
somebody. Don't
Because
don't
your
accommodate
values,
to nobody
your
else.
morals, your values and morals are you don't change that for somebody else.
You do
That's
not
you.
accommodate to nobody
And
else.
standards.
If you have that, never mind. Never mind.
I don't need to read.
No, it's not even that. It's just like it goes into men. It's literally when you're asking a woman what she brings to the table. That's weird.
That's suspicious.
That's suspicious.
That's weird. And then they be like, "Well, women are always like, well, men gotta have money." It's because we know what we bring to the table.
Until you birth a child out of your
Are we
body,
close
I don't
now?
hear shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they can get ready. But you know, hope this helped in any way, shape, or form.
Yes.
More advice will be given later on in life.
Make sure to follow our Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, our undercover YouTube. It's the door open is beach.
Kimberly Alicia.
It's Cam and his beach. You already know. And we started off this bitch. Be like, gang, 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 gang.
I got this shit all over my body. Solid.
Yo, this stuff keeps popping up on my. See, y'all, I'm about to put some bees in my locks.
Okay, yeah.
If your brain is ever feeling jungled, or bumbled, or fumbled, or crumbled,
Bars.